Hey, hello everyone. Very good morning. So myself, I'm Remy, and so I have overall around 20 plus years of experience in testing, especially in test automation. So my primary skill is completely into test automation, open source automation, especially into something like Selenium, Cucumber, yeah. So and Cypress. So this is something like my primary skill. So I do deliver plenty of sessions, and I'm a freelance trainer, and I do a lot of corporate sessions, and so I have a vast experience in Selenium as well. And so this specific sessions of what we are going to see. So this course is a completely practical oriented session, so that we are going to see from the scratch. If in case you are completely new about what is test automation and like what is Selenium, so we will start off from the scratch. We will see like what is Selenium interface, and what is typically the Selenium automation, what is Selenium capable of automating, and like we will also take up different live examples, and so we will create those test automation scripts, and I will also give you time for your practice as well, so that so we can able to learn, and in this 4 half days we can able to ensure that we get that confidence in working with Selenium projects. So this is in short about the session and about myself. So before we actually start moving ahead, so I would like to know about your background as well, and your experience, and what do you exactly expect out of this session in this 4 days. Yeah, anybody can go on first.
Hi, good morning.
Hey, very good morning.
Yeah, my name is Hanamika. I have been working as a manual tester for the past 5 years now. So
Mhm.
I'm trying to transition to an automation testing side to learn that. I
Mhm.
will join this training session.
Yeah, thank you so much, Anamika.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, just go ahead. Just you can unmute your mic and you can talk. So what do you actually
Hello.
ex Hey, hi.
Hi, good morning, everyone.
Hey, good.
My name is Madana. I'm past 4 years. I'm working a manual tester. I moved to automation. That's why I'm joining Selenium automation.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much, Madhura.
Thank you.
Hi Remy, this side Gokul. I was also working as a manual tester for the past 4 years. So I'm
Mhm.
trying to switch or take us a new milestone into automation. So
Very
that's why I'm just on the session right now.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Gohul. Yes. Anybody else? So for people who have joined late, so we are just asking your introduction, and just want to understand your expertise in automation and what you actually expect out of this session. Yes, anybody else want to talk? Geeta, you can see Geeta there. Neetu, Anjana.
Hi. Hi. Am I audible?
Yeah.
I think there is some net issue.
Hello, Anjana, can you hear me?
Yes. I
Yes,
can
Anjana.
hear.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, Anjana.
I'm Anjana. Um, Currently, I'm working in what LMS,
Mm-hmm.
and it is based on Japanese Airways.
Mm-hmm.
and now we are doing manual testing only
Okay.
for upgrading to automation, so we can improve our knowledge, and also we can contribute to the company,
Okay. Very
so
good.
that for a little step we are joined here.
No issues. No issues. Let's. I will try to make the session more interactive, and so I'm not going to bore you with the kind of theory, and I'm not going to show you any presentation slides, so that so you don't want to think of so what we are going to see in this 4 days. It is completely a practical oriented session, so wherein like so we are going to work in our systems, wherein like so I will tell you like how to set up Selenium. So there are a lot of configuration things that we will see, right? And so we will start from the scratch. No worries about that. So I'm there to help you out. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Anjana. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Welcome.
Yeah. Anybody else?
Hi, this is Gokul.
Yeah. Hi, Gokul.
Yeah, I'm working in a travel project as an API tester in Karate. So I would like to improve my knowledge in UI automation
Very good.
in this session.
Very good. Okay. So you are using Eclipse infrastructure for creating your Karate scripts?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Fine, Gokul. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Anybody else? One last person. Okay, so fine. So I understand like almost everyone are completely new to either test automation or like to Selenium. So you are completely having 4 to 5 years of experience in manual testing. So that is something good where so before we kickstart with automation, so you need to have the uh, basics about the testing fundamentals, so that so you should know what exactly happens in a testing organization. So what is the need of testing, and what is the process of testing, and how typically we will write our test cases, what is this test plan, and how we convert and create our test cases. We will execute our test cases, and we will identify the defects, log the defects. So all this is primarily what we have been doing. And so now the ask is to get into automations, wherein like Selenium is the automation tool that has been identified, and we are here to understand more about what is Selenium. And in future, so we are going to make ourselves capable to get into Selenium automation, and we will automate our test scripts. Okay, so before we actually get into Selenium, so what do you think automation is all about? Test automation. So what is the basic difference between manual testing and test automation? So what are the advantages do you see in automation? So it's a generic question, so nowhere it is related with Selenium or like whatever like we are going to see. Can you just highlight any two advantages of automation? Anybody? Yes.
Yeah, hi. As per my understanding, automation will reduce the manual effort. Once we done the scripting and all, it can be executed automatically, and that will reduce the manual
Okay.
effort.
Automation will reduce the manual effort. So when I say reduce the manual effort in terms of time, or like the kind of effort that a manual tester has to put in. So basically, these automation tools will automatically either create the test scripts or execute the test scripts and save us time. Right. Fine. Very good. Thank you so much, Meena. Any other advantage? Okay, it reduces the manual effort so that we can able to save time, effort, all that. Anything else? Yeah, anybody? Gokul, Madana, Jana. Anything, even if it is wrong, just try something. What do you think?
Hi.
Yeah, hi, Anamika.
Yeah. So we can write like the repeating test cases. Like for each sprint, we might be executing a set of test cases that are like checking the integrity of that particular application. So in automation, we can write the script once and repeat it in each time when we need that.
Okay, so especially you're talking about regression.
Yeah.
Regression testing. So during our testing cycle, so there may be situations where we want to re-execute the same test cases again and again to ensure that whether the defects, so whatever we have identified, whether it got eliminated or like any new functionalities, whatever your development team have added, so that is not going to create any new defects. So many a times we need to re-execute the same functionality or the same set of test cases again and again, right? So, and again, this is a time consuming activity, and probably a human tendency is something like where we will also get bored executing the same thing again and again, doing a kind of monotonous job, right? So generally, when we execute the same thing, or like when we plan the same thing with any test automation tool, my tool will not get bored. So if I ask my tool, okay, go and execute this 100 set of test cases 10 times, my tool will not get bored, right? So it will execute, and so that I can able to get some accurate results. So whenever you have a kind of a regression planned in your testing life cycle, or like in your testing activity, so generally we can go with test automation. Okay, fine. So these are all a few advantages of test automation, but typically if you see, do you find any drawbacks of automation? Or can I say manual is something classical, so which so we have been using some 10-15 years before. Now we have a lot of test automation tools in terms of functional or like API, whatever. So, and since it has a lot of advantages, can I able to convert any kind of manual testing projects into automation? So do you see automation as a solution for testing, or do you say no, it is not something that way? There are certain requirements which has to go only with manual testing. Even though automation has certain advantages, automation also has certain drawbacks. What do you think? Yeah. So what is your idea? Do you see any drawbacks with test automation? Even though like you have not worked on automation, that is perfectly all right. What do you think? Yes, no? Anybody? Anamika?
Initial effort may be large because we have to convert into a code like so that maybe
Okay. In automation, the initial effort, what we are going to pull to understanding the tool and like to create the test scripts, it takes a lot of effort, is what you're saying.
yes.
Okay. So maybe on a longer run, say for example, I have a kind of repetitive test cycles wherein like my project is planned for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years. Maybe on a longer run, so you feel that automation will give you a kind of benefit.
Yes.
Very good. Okay. Yeah, so that's right. Thank you so much. Anything else? Any other drawbacks of automation? See, automation also has plenty of drawbacks. Again, like, so we are here to understand more about what is Selenium. So it is not something like, so we can just download Selenium from internet and immediately from day one start using Selenium, since we are manual testers and we know how to do testing, right? So any automation tool you take, there is a very big learning curve that is associated with that tool, right? So we need to learn the tool first. We need to understand the functionalities, the capabilities, and we should exactly relate the requirements of our project with that automation tool, right? So that is again a challenging task. So it is not something like automation is something easy. It is something like driving a vehicle, right? So you can able to get the advantages. If you go in a car, you will feel the comfort. So you can able to go to the place where you want to go quite easily rather than walking. So you can save a lot of time, so you can save a lot of effort. So all that is there, right? So if I just relate manual testing as walking and automation as driving a car, right? So provided you will get all the benefits of automation only if you know how to drive the tool, right? So that is also something important. If I don't know how to drive a car, then it is always better to go by walk, right? So I don't want to take the risk without knowing how to drive a car or like what functionalities I have to use. All that if I don't know, then it is always better to go by walk. The same thing holds good with automation. See, automation, you can able to prove yourself. So you can able to get the benefits out of it only based on the experience and like if you know how to drive automation effectively, right? So that is there. So this is one point. And secondly, there could be a huge investment that your project has to do. See, not all automation tools are free. So there are different categories of automation tools. So the very first category is the vendor-based tools, right? So there are n number of vendor-based tools. If you are aware, I'm not very sure. So we have very popular vendors in the market. Something like Worksoft is there. Something like Tricentis is there. So you might have heard about Tosca. So Tosca is a functional automation tool, so which is from a vendor called Tricentis, right? So it's very costly tool, right? So if you want to invest for one automation tester, so probably you need to spend the license in lakhs, right? So that much worth that tool is going to provide or not, that will come only on a longer run. Okay, the organization have to decide whether they can able to invest that much and they are going to get that amount in return, right? So that is how you need to decide. The same thing like buying a car. So it again depends on my requirement. So if I want to travel daily, let's say 40 to 50 kilometers to my office, then probably I will think of either buying a car or a bike, right? So, but if my requirement is not that way, wherein like I need to go to my office, which is just 100 meters away, so then I will not think of buying a car. So even though like I can get the comfort and all that, so I will always prefer walking because I don't want to invest such a huge amount for just going 100 meters, right? So the same thing holds good with automation as well. So automation is not a solution for testing. So it is typically the kind of requirement what you're going to see and the kind return of investment what you're going to put. So based on all these factors, you will decide to go with automation. So hope you're getting what I'm saying. Right. So next, moving on with Selenium. So what is the Selenium? So any idea? So have you explored anything about Selenium? Anything you know about Selenium, you can let me know. If somebody is asking you, oh, okay, what is the Selenium training you're going to attend this 4 days, what you will say?
It's an open source
Okay, very good.
and also web-based.
Okay, it's a web-based open source automation tool. Very good.
And it's free.
Okay, very good. It's free. Anything else? Thank you so much, Anjana. Anybody else?
Hi, I'm Amrita, and also we can use different programming languages to write the test scripts.
Very good. We can use different programming languages to write our test scripts. Okay, so that is one major advantage of Selenium. Very good. Yep. Anybody else? Other than open source, anything you have explored seeing internet? See, Selenium is something very popular nowadays. I don't know, like whether you are aware. See, any organization or like anybody, if you see, so if they want to come into testing, so they will immediately upskill into Selenium because we have plenty of opportunities in Selenium nowadays. So what gives that hype, even though like we have a number of tools in the market wherein like, as I said, the licensed category. So people have to spend nearly 10 lakhs, 15 lakhs to purchase a single license. there is this particular tool called Selenium, which is open source. That means it's completely free. So you can directly download from internet and you can use. You don't want to make any vendor agreements. You don't want to check with anyone. So it is valid and you can able to use it for free. So what are the capabilities of Selenium? So what do you think Selenium is powerful in its own, and what are the capabilities that this tool is going to give you? Any idea?
Can run on every OS operating system.
Okay, it can run on a different operating system. Okay, very good. Okay, so I'll just stop my video so that I'll share my screen. So we will understand more about what is Selenium. Just 1 second. Just give me a moment. I'll just open my. Okay. I'll share my screen. Just confirm me whether you can able to see my screen. Can you able to see my whiteboard?
Yes.
Yes.
Great. Okay. So moving ahead. 1 second. Okay. Right. So when we talk about Selenium, 1 second, why it is not writing? One moment. I think my whiteboard is a bit slow. Okay. Or like I will just take paint. Or like, give me 1 second. I'll just take. Oh, suddenly what? Okay, so I believe you can able to see my notepad screen.
Yes.
Fine. So, so we will now talk about the history of Selenium. So typically, like from where the Selenium have started and like who created it and how it become popular and why it is popular and what are the capabilities of Selenium. So earlier, like if you just go back to some 10-15 years before, so we had a very popular tool called as QTP. So it is called as Quick Test Professional. Okay, so this is from a vendor called Mercury, which is a US based organization. Okay, so they are the pioneers in test automation. So especially any organization or any company, if they want to choose test automation, so they will always reach out to Mercury. And this is a very popular tool. It's a very costly tool, but it has a lot of capabilities so that you can able to do test automation, right? But the only challenge with this QTP is it is very costly. A single license of this tool comes almost around 10 to 15 lakhs. So that is one major drawback with Quick Test Professional. So that was the time when a group of people created this tool called Selenium. Right. So they were thinking what name to give, and that was the time they wanted to release this particular tool free of cost. So that is how they have created as a service, because QTP was very costly. They want to roll out this particular tool, and they also want to say it is a competitor of this tool called QTP. So when they were thinking for a name, right, what name we can give for this tool, so they have come up with a name called Selenium, right? So do you find any relevance with Selenium and with QTP, whatever we have seen now? Anybody? Any relevance or any relationship you see between Selenium and QTP? Any chemical engineers here in this group? No one? Yes. Okay. I'll give you a clue. Do you find any relevance between Mercury and Selenium? No idea. Okay. Have you heard of Mercury in your school days, college days?
Mercury is a chemical, right?
Very good. Okay. Mercury is a chemical. So you might have seen mercury is a substance. It is actually a liquid which is in the form of solid. Right. So mercury has a characteristic. Say, for example, if you drop mercury down on the floor, have anyone tried? What will happen? Nobody have tried all this in your chemistry lab? If you drop mercury on the floor, what it will do? It will break into minute balls and it will run all over the floor. Right. So again, like you need to take each and every ball and you need to put it together so that it will become a common substance, a small big ball. That is how it will become. So that is the characteristics of mercury. Right. See, in olden days, in olden days, when people want to commit suicide or like they want to do something, what they will do is they will consume mercury. Mercury is highly poisonous, right? If they want to commit suicide, what they will do? They will consume mercury. Generally, in hospitals, they will use a chemical called selenium. See, selenium is another chemical which is an antidote of mercury. So if they want to remove the mercury from your blood, see, that is the reason people will consume mercury. What will happen if it goes inside your body? It will break into tiny particles and it will mix all over your blood. Right. So that is why mercury is considered as highly poisonous. So in hospitals, they will give you another chemical called selenium, which is an antidote of mercury. What it will do? It will remove the mercury from your body. That chemical is what we call as selenium. So that is why this team have chosen this name to indirectly say this is a competitor tool that we have created for mercury. So that is how the selenium came into existence during 1990s. Okay, so it was the first version of selenium. I would say it is called Selenium 1. This is the first version of selenium. Right. And the technical name for the selenium is called as Selenium IDE. Right. Selenium Integrated Development Environment. Selenium IDE. It is the technical name of Selenium 1. 1 is the version. Right. And what is this capable of doing? So this Selenium IDE came as a plugin in Firefox browser. See, that time, Firefox is something new. It was a new browser during 1990s, Firefox. See, that time people were mainly using Internet Explorer, and there was a browser called Netscape Navigator, right? And Google Chrome was also there. And that was a time when Firefox came into existence. So they gave this Selenium IDE as a simple plugin. So what you have to do? If you have Firefox browser, you can freely add this plugin so that you can start working on Selenium IDE. It is free, completely free. You don't want to interact with Mercury. You don't want to put a license agreement, purchase this QTP tool. All that headache is no more. So you can directly use Firefox browser and you can add this plugin. It was that easy. Right. So for someone to configure Selenium IDE, hardly it takes 5 minutes. So you can try out everything. So this Selenium IDE, what it is capable of doing? It is capable of testing web applications. Right. Try to understand things. It is capable of testing web applications. What it is capable of testing? Basic functionalities. Because it's a first version, right? Basic functionalities. They just want to try out basic functionalities. Right. And the script. This Selenium IDE is a kind of tool where it will write test scripts. And this test scripts, the test scripts which are generated in Selenium IDE will be in JavaScript. Right. So any tester who has a basic idea about JavaScript, they can able to understand the test scripts which was generated by Selenium IDE. Hope you're getting what I am saying. Is this clear?
Yes.
Any doubts?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Now, what is Selenium 1 not capable of? The main drawback of Selenium IDE is it works only in Firefox browser. So can I able to install Selenium IDE if I work with Internet Explorer? No, because this plugin they specifically made for Firefox browser. So suppose you are testing a web application which will work only in Internet Explorer and in Google Chrome. Let's assume that. You may not able to use Selenium IDE because Selenium IDE will work only in Firefox. So this was one major drawback. And second drawback is it is capable of testing only basic functionalities. So I may not able to do complex testing. Right? That was not possible. And moreover, if I want to script with any other language other than JavaScript, I may not be able to do that because Selenium IDE will understand only JavaScript. So these are all the drawbacks of Selenium 1. So over a period of years, what this team have done is they created the next version of Selenium, that is Selenium 2. This Selenium 2, technically it is called as Selenium RC. RC means remote control. Selenium RC. Right. So what is this RC? So it is a combination of two components. One is a client and a server. It is not a plugin now. You have to install the Selenium RC. You need to configure in your systems. It is a client server architecture. Right. And this is capable of testing web applications. Right. And you can able to test both basic as well as complex functionalities. Right. And the test scripts, which the Selenium RC is going to create, they have converted from JavaScript. See, JavaScript was something unique. Not many people know what is JavaScript at that time. Not like nowadays, right? See, that was the time when Java was very popular. See, during 1990s, Java was very popular. If you know Java, then definitely there is a possibility that you can land in US. It was that time when Java was in peak. So what these guys did, they converted the support from JavaScript to Java. Right. So this enabled many job opportunities for people who knows Java to move into testing. This was one major advantage of Selenium. This was also one major opportunity for many people to know about Selenium. It created a very good reach among many people to know what is Selenium. It created a lot of job opportunities. Let me take a pause here. This is clear?
Yeah, clear.
Yeah, it's clear.
Good. Now, if you see, Selenium 2 is comparatively better than Selenium 1 because we see a lot of advantages here. But what is this client-server architecture? How it is? Say, for example, if I want to put a diagram, this is how it works. See, you need to install two components. One is called as Selenium client. This is first component. Right. Then there is the next component called Selenium server. Then here I have my web application. Let's say the web application is something like our Google page, google.com. So this is a web application, right? Google.com. Right. Now I want to test this google.com. Now I can able to test with the help of Selenium RC. As I told you already, Selenium RC is not a single component. It has two components. One is Selenium client, the other one is Selenium server. Right. So this Selenium client I can install in one machine, and Selenium server can be a server machine which can be located in one location. Right. And this is my web application. And let's assume that I want to automate this google.com. What do you mean by automating? Let's assume that there is one OK button in google.com web page, or there is a search box where I need to click that search button. So for that, what I will do, I will use this Selenium to automatically go and click that search button. So for that, I need to write a piece of logic. Where I will write that logic, I will write in Selenium client. In which language I will write? I will write in Java. Hope you're getting now something. Right. So now you can able to see all this I have related. So I will write my test automation script in my Selenium client. The language which Selenium 2 will understand is Java. If you write in JavaScript, it will not understand because Selenium 2 will understand only Java. So either you are a developer or you are a tester. If you have a basic understanding about Java, what you can do? You can go and write the automation code to go and click the search bar or to go and click the search button. I'm just taking one example. Now I want to run. See, if I run this, now what should happen? This code should interact with my web application and it should go and click that button. This will not happen in Selenium 2 because Selenium client, please note, Selenium client cannot directly interact with web application. Even though your logic is in Selenium client, this is not capable of directly interacting with my web application. Right. That is how the architecture is built. So what Selenium client will do is, it will take the help of Selenium server. It will now communicate the server. Say, for example, I am sitting in Chennai. My Selenium client is in Chennai. And Selenium server, let's assume that this is in Trivandrum. And the web application which I want to test, this is in US. Hope you're getting. Now, from Chennai, whatever logic I am going to write, it has to first communicate it to Selenium server, which is in Trivandrum. Now Selenium server will understand what client wants. Now what Selenium server will do is, it will do the task on the web application on the behalf of Selenium client. So now what Selenium server will do? It will go and interact with the search button. And then it will notify the client saying that whatever you have requested, I have completed the task. Now Selenium client will understand the automation is succeeded. The automation task is completed. Right. So if I want to see overall, Selenium client and Selenium server are tightly integrated. It requires a lot of communication between the client and the server to perform any kind of automation activity, because Selenium client cannot directly interact with the web application. It always requires Selenium server to interact with the web application. So if you see overall the automation journey here, generally it will be a time consuming task because every time it's a two-way communication that happens. Right. Generally, if you look at the overall automation task will be slower. And the second drawback is, suppose if the Selenium server goes down, there is some problem in the Selenium server, you cannot perform automation. right? These are all the major drawbacks of Selenium 2. You're getting what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. So this is Selenium 2. Even though it has a lot of advantages, there is a major drawback in test automation. So that is where the next version of Selenium came into existence. That is Selenium 3. Right. And technically, this is called as Selenium WebDriver. WebDriver is a single word. WebDriver. This is the technical name of this tool, Selenium WebDriver. So this tool is again capable of testing web application. See, any version of Selenium till today, you can able to test only web application. Excuse me. So if there is a requirement where you need to test a desktop-based application, excuse me, you cannot test with the help of Selenium. So Selenium is meant only for web testing. Please make a note. Suppose in my project, there is a requirement. I want to do a window-based testing, or like I want to do a kind of SAP-based testing, or like there is a .NET application which I need to test. No. Selenium is meant only for web testing. There is a thumb rule here. Any version you take, it will test only web application. But QTP and other tools are not like that. QTP will test anything. That is why it is that costly. Suppose you have a requirement in your project where you want to do web testing, then definitely you can consider Selenium because it is open source. It has plenty of advantages. We will now see what are the advantages of Selenium 3. Right. So you take Selenium 3, can able to test all basic as well as complex functionalities. Right. And the test scripts. What I'm going to create, I'll put here the test scripts. Right. What Selenium WebDriver is going to create. This creates in multiple languages. See, Selenium 3 has multiple language bindings. That means you can write your test scripts in Java. You can write your test scripts in Python. You can write your test scripts in JavaScript. You can write your test scripts in .NET. You can write your test scripts in a language called Ruby. You see now? These are all the language bindings that Selenium WebDriver has. Okay, this is the latest version. The latest version of Selenium is Selenium 3. Now Selenium 4 is there. Selenium 4 is also called Selenium WebDriver only. There is no much changes between 3 and 4. Right. You see now, the test scripts that you're going to create. Okay, that means Selenium 3 will understand all these languages. So you can create the same logic as what I said. I want to go and click a search button. How to write an automation code. Slowly you will understand. The next session, we will directly go and perform all automation. So in Selenium 3, you can do that with the help of Java or like Python, JavaScript, .NET, Ruby, any languages. But majorly, almost 70% of the test automation projects which use a Selenium, they always prefer Java because this is the primary language. Right. It also has the capabilities to create the same logic in Python or JavaScript or .NET, whatever. Hope you're getting this concept. Let me take a pause here. Any questions? Is this clear?
Yeah, it's clear.
Yeah, it's good.
Perfect. Okay. Fine. Now, the next advantage of Selenium 3. If you see here, this Selenium 3 is a single component. It doesn't have a client and it doesn't have a server like this. Instead, there is only one component. I will just copy this and put it over here. Okay. It is called as Selenium WebDriver. And this Selenium WebDriver has the capability to directly interact with the web application. So I don't need a separate configuration for client, separate configuration for server. I don't want to worry about whether the communication is happening properly. I don't want to worry about whether the server is working properly. All this I don't want to care, right? Just install WebDriver in your system and directly start writing your test automation code. When you write your test automation code, you can write in any of these languages, right? And you can perform automation. And one more major advantage of Selenium WebDriver is it supports multiple operating systems. That means you can have your web application either in Windows or in Mac or in Linux. Right? And it also supports multiple browsers. Okay. So as I told you, Selenium 1 supports only Firefox browser. And Selenium 2, I forgot to say, it supports the common browsers like IE, Chrome, Firefox. These are the common browsers Selenium 2 will support, not only Firefox. But when we talk about Selenium 3, it supports multiple browsers. When I say it supports IE, it supports Chrome, it supports Firefox, it supports Edge browser as well. All this in Windows. Since this supports, Selenium 3 works with multiple operating system. It supports Safari browser as well, which is the main browser for Mac. Okay, and in Linux also we have Safari browser. Apart from that, in open source category, it supports a browser called Opera. You might have heard about this browser. So these are all the common browsers which Selenium 3 will support. See, tomorrow if you have a requirement where you have a web application that works in all these browsers and you want to do a browser compatibility testing, you can test in all these browsers. Right. So later I will show you how to do browser compatibility testing with Selenium and all that. So we will see all that, but just make a note of all this. Right. So this is in short about Selenium. So it talks about the complete Selenium history. So you need to understand from where Selenium started and where it is today. Right. As I told you, the latest version of Selenium is Selenium 4, that is also called as Selenium WebDriver. And it supports all these capabilities. The only thing is like certain methods what we have been using in Selenium 3, it got deprecated. And instead of that, they are using a different method. Otherwise, the core functionalities remain the same between Selenium 3 and Selenium 4. Right. Any questions? All clear? Any questions you have? All good?
Yes.
Yes. Good. Okay, so this is all about the theory part that I wanted to let you know. Now, so what actually we are going to do? So we talked about a lot of things. So which version of Selenium are we going to see in this 4 days? right? So as we see, almost the Selenium 1, 2, all these are deprecated. So in 90% of the projects, I would say 99% of the projects, when they use Selenium, it's all Selenium WebDriver. So we are mainly going to concentrate in this 4 days on Selenium WebDriver. And it has a lot of capabilities. Mainly what we will do is, we will take the test script as Java, right? So we will try to understand Java and try to understand like how to create test scripts using Java. So, and we are going to take the browser as Windows, right? The concept remains the same. Even if you try with other languages or like other operating systems, the only thing like on the operating system, what and all capabilities are there, we need to use that. That's simple, right? So this is something that we are going to do. Our course mainly deals with Selenium WebDriver using Java in Windows environment. This is what mainly we are going to see. Our course mainly deals with this. In this 4 days, this is something we are going to see. Okay. Now, how to configure the Selenium WebDriver? Can I simply go to Google and say download Selenium so that I will get a setup file? Just download that setup file, say next, install it in my system. Can I do that? No. Selenium is not an installation. We cannot install Selenium like getting a setup file from internet and double click install it. No. Selenium is a configuration. So very soon you will understand the difference between installation and configuration. But just make a note. Selenium is not an installation. It is a configuration. You need to configure Selenium in your system. Okay. The main prerequisite. See, it has a lot of prerequisites. The very basic prerequisite to have or to work with Selenium is you need to have Java in your system. These are all the prerequisites. The main prerequisites is you need to have Java in your system. So how to check whether Java is there in my system or not? Okay, if you don't have Java, then you cannot use Selenium WebDriver using Java. Right? This is a basic thing, the basic prerequisite. So how to check Java is there or not? I can simply go to command prompt. 1 second. I'm just opening my command prompt. Right. And I can simply type Java. I can issue some Java command, Java -version. Okay. And if I click enter, if Java is there in my system, it will give me a response. Can you see now? So in my system, I have Java. Java, some version is there. Java version 1.8.0202. This is a stable version. This is Java 8. See, now we have a lot of Java. I think the latest Java is 16 or 17. But we don't want to always use the latest version because Java is again open source, right? It keeps changing and every now and then the versions will change. Again, like after installing now, if you look back your Java version after 1 month, they would have released a new version. So every time whether we need to upgrade to the latest version or not, no, that is not required. You can always go with a stable version, which Selenium supports. So for Selenium, Java 8 is always preferred. It is a stable version. So that is the main reason I have installed Java 8. So how to check? See, this is how you can check. So can you quickly check in your system whether Java is there in your system or not? Can you confirm me?
Yeah, it's there.
Perfect. Okay. How about others?
Yeah, it's there.
Yeah, it's there.
Very nice. Okay. So then, so half of our problem solved. So if in case you don't have a Java in your system, so please let me know. I will help you out how to install Java. If you have Java, so this is our first thing. You need to check whether Java is there. If you have Java, the second requirement is you need to install IDE. So because Java is platform independent and it doesn't have a interface. It doesn't have a platform typically to write the code. Okay, Java is not a tool, right? If you install Java, it will not open an interface for you to go and write the code. So we can write Java programs in a simple notepad. If you just recollect your college days, you might be remembering we will use a notepad, or like we will install something called as Eclipse, right? So here also, what we are going to do is we are going to install an IDE called Eclipse. So Eclipse is an IDE, integrated development environment, which supports Java by default. That means if you have Eclipse, you can create your Java code by default. Just check in your system whether you have Eclipse. If not, I will help you how to install Eclipse. Can you quickly check and confirm?
I have in my machine.
Okay.
I don't have.
Yeah, me too. I don't have.
Okay.
No, I don't have it.
Okay, so then I will let you know how to install Eclipse. See, for installing Eclipse, what we have to do is, okay, so we have to go to a portal called eclipse.org. This is the official website for Eclipse. Okay, so if you go to this website, it will open Eclipse. Okay. Now, click on this download. You have a download section. Don't do that. I will show you. I will give you time for your activities. That time you do. Don't do parallelly. I will help you out. You just make a note of it, where you need to go, what you need to do. I will give you time. So you click this download. I'll show you. There is a catch here. If you come to this link, 1 second, it is loading. Okay. So, okay, allow the cookies. It is saying allow or decline. I am just allowing. Fine. So if I just come down, I can able to see the latest version. So download x86-64 desktop IDE packages. So we don't want to go with this. Click this download packages link. Download packages. 1 second. It will show you all the versions of this IDE. Okay. Now, this is the latest version. So if you look at here 2023-09, that means during 9th month, they have released the Eclipse version. See, Eclipse is also open source. It keeps changing every now and then. Excuse me. So every now and then, what happens? They will update this Eclipse version. So again, it is not important that you need to always use the latest version. That is also not required. So our requirement here is we need to have an Eclipse version which supports our Java, right? See, Eclipse and Java are tightly integrated. See, sometimes what happens is if you have Java 8, see, Java 8 is a bit outdated. Okay. Why we have installed Java 8? Because I can able to work with Selenium without any issues. That is the reason I have Java 8. Now, in case if you use a latest version of Eclipse, it may not be compatible with Java 8. The moment you open Eclipse, it will say your Java is outdated. Please upgrade Java to use the latest version of Eclipse. So we will end up uninstalling everything or updating your Java. And after that, Selenium may work or may not work. So we have to test all that on a trial and error basis. Instead, what we are going to do is we are going to use an Eclipse which is compatible with Java 8. So how to find that? See, that we need to test by using only. Otherwise, you will not have any document which tells what version of Java it supports. So I will tell you from my experience, what we are going to download is, go to this download packages. Don't click this download. This will install the latest version. You click download packages, or sorry, if you just come down, you will get this older versions. Can you see here? Eclipse. The old versions are here. Okay. So here, I have installed this version, Eclipse 2022-09. This is what the Eclipse I have. 4.25 version. Okay. The last year's version. If I click that, this will give me this version of Eclipse 2022-09. Okay. So here, click the first one, Eclipse IDE for Java developers. If you want, I will give you the URL. You don't want to click here directly, I will show you. Eclipse IDE for Java developers. So here you have for Windows, Mac OS, Linux, everything is there. So we are interested in Windows. Click this Windows link. If you click this Windows, it started downloading. One download in progress. Right. This will give you this version of Eclipse. Right. If I click this, I can able to see the zip file. Can you see now? This is the zip file. Now, if you extract the zip file, see it is installing, sorry, it is downloading. 296 MB is there. Okay. So you can download this, extract this. If you extract it, I will tell you what happens. After downloading, you put it in a folder and extract it. Just 1 second. Okay, so this is where I have extracted. I have used the name called Eclipse. The moment I extract, I will get folders like this. Can you see here? Configuration, drop-ins, feature. This is how I will get. And there will be one file called Eclipse with the Eclipse icon. This is Eclipse icon. Right. After extracting, just simply double click this. It will open Eclipse like this. This is Eclipse window. And if Eclipse window opens successfully and if you can able to see a welcome screen, that means your Java is correctly configured, and that is why Eclipse have opened successfully. Suppose if Java is missing in your system or Java is not installed properly, then Eclipse will not open successfully. If Eclipse opens successfully, that means Java is there in your system. Is it clear?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Right. So we will take some 10 minutes for this activity for people who have not done. Just ensure that whether your Eclipse is opening successfully. If your Eclipse opens successfully, in the chat window, just type done so that we all will understand that you are ready. Okay, people who are already ready with this setup, and if you have your Eclipse screen opened, please type done. Okay, maximum we will take 10 minutes. See, after that, what we are going to see is there are few Java concepts which we need to see before we start up with Selenium. Okay, we will see those Java basics, like how to create a class, how to create a package, how to create a method. Some OOPS concept, especially like you might have heard about, like what is that? Overloading concept is there. So there is something called as what is that? Inheritance concept is there. Interface concept is there. So there are few OOPS concept which I need to talk before we start with Selenium that we will see next. right?
Hi, I'm unable to download this. Getting blocked.
Maybe you need to check with your system admin then.
Oh, okay.
Same for me also.
Oh, okay. Is it?
Yeah, I think the iOS is restricting.
Okay, okay. So because you need to install and set up all this. So even for our Selenium also, we need to download certain packages and we need to install it. How about others?
Yeah, the organization is blocking that download.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Same for me also.
Okay. So how about for others? They are saying done, Kaladevi, Angeline. So how you got that?
Actually, there is a shared repository for that.
Uh-huh.
From that we can download, I think. Let me get the link and share it if possible.
Sure, Angeline. Please do that now so that others, it will be easy for others to install. Yeah. If in case others find a way like how you have done, Kalpana, Kala Devi, so you can just help others.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so I will wait. So maybe like if you all have done, we will again start in 10 minutes.
Uh, I have shared one link. Can anyone try and let me know?
Which one we need to select? Hello.
We have Eclipse ID 2023. That one, I think.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
There.
Able to do it? Is it installing?
Yes, yeah, it's installing.
Yeah, thanks. Okay. So once you have done, just confirm. We will move on. Guys, if you have finished and if you want to take a short break, so please go and come. So, but please ensure that you have Java and Eclipse ready so that after our break, we will start off with the Java basics, Java concepts. Is that okay?
Okay.
Fine. So we will connect by around 10:50, 50. Is that okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hey, hi guys, I'm back.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, hi Vikram. So what's the status, guys? Environment is ready.
Sorry, for some reason, I don't know whether my internet is slow. It's still downloading. Maybe it will take another couple of minutes.
No problem, Google. I can see a lag in your voice only. I think there is some network issue. So that may be the reason.
Yeah.
Okay. So how about others? Anamika confirmed, yes. Okay. Meenu, Anjana. Okay, all done. Fine, perfect. Okay, so we shall quickly move. Okay, I'll just share my screen. Okay, fine. So I believe you can able to see my screen.
Yes.
Yes.
Fine. Okay, so you will have a welcome screen over here. So if in case you have installed Eclipse for the first time, so you can just close your welcome screen. At the left side, you can able to see something like a package explorer. So here is where what you can do. You can create your projects. So the very first thing what I will do is I will create a simple Java project. What we can do is if you want to create, if in case you want to create a Java project, what you have to do is you should follow a structure. First, I have to go to file, new. There is something called Java project. So we have to just click this Java project. It will create a folder structure. 1 second. Yeah, it will create. It will give you a window like this. It will ask you give the project name. So I will just give a project name. Let me say my Java project. Okay, you can give any name. So I'm just saying my Java project. And so what you can do, 1 second, I'll just close this window. Yeah, I'll move this window. Right. Okay, so I have a finish button. Just simply click finish. This will create a folder here at the left side. You can able to see it created a folder called my Java project, all the relevant files. Done. So if I go inside this, if I expand this in my package explorer, I can able to see two folders. One is the Java library by default will come. If you see here, the Java library by default will come, and SRC is a source folder. So from where we can create our Java programs. And moreover, if you want to create a Java program, I may not able to straight away create a Java program. The very first thing what I need to do is I need to create a package. So to create a package, go to this SRC folder and simply right click. 1 second. Go to new package. You have something called package. Package is just like a folder. Okay, so which you can create. I'll create a package and I can give a name for my package here. I will simply say sample or like programs. I will simply say programs. So I'm going to have all my programs inside this folder. So that's the reason I'm just going to name it as programs, say finish. Okay, so now you see inside SRC, it have created one package called programs, right? So inside this package, we need to create a class. Okay, so I will again right click this package, go to new, you have something called as class. Okay, this is something which is very, very important for creating a Java program. So without class, you cannot create a Java program. You can click a class. You click a class, it will again give you a window and ask the name for your class. Okay, no worries about Selenium. I'm just brushing your Java understanding. Okay, now you can able to see the package is programs. It is asking for your class name. I will simply say the class name is my or first Java program. I will name something like this. This is my class name. And inside this class, you need to have your main. So main is something from where the execution starts. So I'm just enabling this checkbox. So it will create a main function also inside this class and say finish. That's it. The moment you say finish, it will create a template now for you. You can see now inside this programs package, this is the class name. This class you can able to see here as a template. It will come in your working platform. Just wait for the program to come. Yes. Now you can able to see, you see the structure now. The package what we created is programs. Inside this, there is a class. The name of the class is first Java program. And inside this, there is a method. Okay, this is my main method. Here is where execution will start. And anything in command line, you have to use /. This will be ignored by your Java compiler. So let me remove this. Okay, to check whether everything is working fine. So I can write a simple piece of code to print something. In Java, if you want to print something, you need to say system.out.println. You need to write such a big statement. Or otherwise, simply what you can do, you can simply say sysout, sysout, and press your control and space bar together. It will automatically add system.out.println. You see now it got added. You simply say sysout and press your control and space bar together, right? So you don't want to always type system.out.println, and in double quotes, I can have some print statement. Let me simply say hello world. That's it. Okay, and I have created my first program and save it. So you can able to see there is a save a floppy kind of button to save your test, or simply what you can do, you can press Control and yes, this will get saved. Right. So anytime you are making any changes, you need to save it. That's it. So I have saved my test. Now I need to run this. So simply if you want to run, right click your editor. You have run as option, run as Java application. So this will run as a simple Java application. I'm just going to run this. So now if I run this, it will start executing the code. If everything is working fine, it will print hello world in my console. Right? Let's wait. Okay, it is running. I got my output. Yeah, it is still running. Yeah. Can you see now? I got my output hello world in my console. So if you get this, we can able to confirm that our Java is also working correctly. Our Eclipse is configured correctly with Java. And I have created a simple piece of program and it is working fine. Can you just quickly try this and confirm whether your Java is also working? Right. Once you complete, just type done in the chat box.
Yeah, got the hello world.
Yeah, thanks, Anamika. Let's wait for 1 more minute. Any doubts, please let me know.
Hi, I couldn't run this. It is saying unable to launch.
Could you please share your screen, please? Able to do that?
Yeah, able to see this screen.
Yes. So your method is wrong. Public static void main. See what you do, you don't type that. So as I showed you, you just check that checkbox, automatically it will create that method. Okay, so don't type that public static void. So because you may tend to make a lot of mistakes. What you do,
Okay.
you delete this, you create a new class again. So not only you do, you keep your screen shared. You delete that first Java program.java. Completely you delete. Right click, delete. No, Java program.java. That itself you delete.
Okay.
Yeah. Now what you do, go to programs, right click, create new class. You give the name here. You say first Java program, whatever. And no, wait. You have to check the checkbox.
Okay.
Again delete. Again delete. Recreate. Down you have 3 checkboxes. Can you see? Public static void main.
Yeah. Okay.
That you missed last time.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
only that. Just say
Yeah.
finish. This
Yeah.
will automatically create your method. You don't want to type. Now can you see that statement, what it says? Public static void
That
main
void
string
main string.
that was missing when you typed. Now what you do, you remove that comment line and you just type system.out.println inside double quotes hello world.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
How about others? Is it working?
Yeah, it's got it.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll show you one more thing. So this is how generally we create our Java programs. But what we are going to do is, we are not going to follow this usual way of creating a Java program. Instead, what we are going to do is, hope you can able to see my screen, Eclipse screen.
No. Yeah. Now it's
Yeah. Okay. So this is where I told you how to create a simple Java project and how to basically create my structure. So first you need to create a package, then the class. Inside the class, you will have a method. That is where you will write your logic. This is how Java works. Right. Now, instead of creating a Java project like this, I'm going to create something called as a Maven project. So how to create a Maven project now? Okay, you leave all this aside. I'll go from the scratch. Just say file, new. Instead of creating a Java project, I'm going to create something called Maven project. Suppose if you don't find this option in your Eclipse, Maven project directly, you go to project. Simply go to project instead of clicking Java project. Go to project. In project, I'll give you time, don't do parallel. Okay, just make a note of what exactly I'm showing. Okay, so in your project, you will find an option called Maven. By default, you will find all these options like General, Gradle, Java, Maven, all this. Go to Maven, right? In Maven, if you expand, you will find this Maven project option. If you don't find directly in the navigation window, come here, click this Java Maven project, say next. Now, if you say next, just wait for some time. It will take you through a wizard. Yeah. Now you see, you will get a wizard. It is saying new Maven project. In this, you click this first checkbox. This is something which is important. Create a simple project. Check this checkbox. Check this checkbox. Say next. Now, it is asking you few information like group ID, artifact ID, and all that. Group ID is nothing but your Maven project name. I will simply say my Maven project. Okay, don't worry. As of now, what is Maven and all that, I will tell you. Okay, and this is like a package name or like a sub package name. What you can do is you can just copy the same name, whatever you have given to group ID, paste it for artifact ID. See, these two are the mandatory information that you need to give. Rest all you can ignore and simply say finish. That's it. Now you just wait. It says creating project. If you look at in my bottom of my Eclipse screen, it says creating project and the percentage also it will tell you. So it is bit slow in my case. Let us wait for 100%. Okay. So don't go and do anything till this Maven project gets created successfully. Let me wait. This gets 100%. It will take some time based on your internet speed and other factors. Okay. Let me wait. Now it says 71. Done. It says 100%. Let us wait till this message goes off. Right. Okay, it says building. It will take few seconds. Again, it depends on your internet speed and all that. Just wait till this completes. Yes, everything is done. Now I can able to see my project is here, my Maven project. If you now expand this, you can now able to see a lot of folder structures. Excuse me. You can able to see something like Java resources, SRC main Java, SRC test Java. You will find a lot of things here, right? So from this, I can able to understand Maven project creates different folder structures to organize many things. Now, generally what happens is these main folders are used by developers. Okay, if the developer is going to work in Maven, they will use this main folders. And this test folders, you can able to see some test folders. These are the folders which mainly testers will use. See, Maven is a common framework which is used by both developers as well as testers. So we are interested on this test folders. Right. You will find something called SRC test Java. So here is where we need to create our programs. So select this folder, simply right click. Now what you do, you create your package. So what is the name of my package? I will simply say my package name is examples, like a folder. Okay. Now you see inside SRC test Java, I can able to see my package got created. Inside this package, now create your class. See, this all remains the same. Like how we created our Java project, it remains the same. So here I will create a class and now I will say my first Java program. I will create like this and enable your main and say finish. Right. Now everything you will get. Just 1 second, it is getting loaded. Yeah. Now here I will simply say system.out.println. Sysout control space bar. I will get. Now I will simply say hello world through Maven. I will see whether this is working. Okay, I have created a Maven project. Inside that Maven project, I am writing my Java code. See, there are two ways how you can create a Java project. Either you can directly create a Java project and create your Java program, or otherwise what you can do, you can also create a Maven project and write your Java program. Now, as of now, if you see, the first option looks simpler. See, why I need to go to Maven and create all that? Instead, I can use a Java project. But Maven has a lot of advantages that I am not going to tell you now. I will tell you later when that concept comes. Okay. But as of now, for your understanding, if you want to create a simple Java program, either you can use a Java project or you can also create a Maven project and do. So I have taught you both the options how to create a simple Java program. Let us now save this and execute this. Again, simply right click, run as Java application. If you now run, this will also run and give you the console output. Let us wait. You see now, if everything is working fine, you will get the console output successfully. You see now, hello world through Maven. So now this means this program is working correctly. This is clear. Can you just try this out?
Excuse me.
Yes, please.
Instead of doing as a separate execution, can we use the arrow button above the green color one?
You can do that, but that is not preferred. See, for Java, you can use this arrow button and you can run this. Okay. But this is
Oh,
not preferred. Moving further, I will tell you the reason why later.
okay.
Okay. Always what you do for Selenium, you always practice this way. Simply right click and
Oh,
go to run as and click Java application. Because moving ahead, what we will do, we will not execute the same thing as Java application. We will execute the same thing as something else. Okay. This by default, if you click here, it will execute as Java application. As of now, this will work. If you
oh,
consider as pure Java program, this will work. But later, what we will do in tomorrow's session, what we will do, we will convert this into a testing project. Okay. That time, it may or may not work. So always this option is preferred.
okay. Okay. Thank you.
Right. Okay. Right. So please try this and let me know. We will move ahead.
I have a doubt.
Yes, Nikhil.
Actually, can we give group ID and artifact ID the same name while creating the Maven project?
You are asking whether we can have the same name, is it?
Yeah, for the
You
group
can
ID
have
and the
different name.
artifact.
You can have different name also, but for simplicity, I have used the same name.
Okay. Both is fine, right?
Sorry?
Both is fine, right?
Yeah,
If
both is
we
fine. Both is fine. But you have to give both the information mandatorily. The other options are optional.
oh, okay.
That's it. Please let me know if you need any help.
Could you show that screen where you have given the group ID and artifact ID again, please?
Gokul, could you just share your screen? I'll tell you.
Okay.
Because I have already created, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but actually I'm using my personal lab for this Eclipse.
How is it? Still, you can share, no? I
Yeah,
am also using personal one.
yeah, but actually I'm in call on my
Okay.
uh,
Okay.
yeah,
So
okay.
then in that case, what you do, Gokul, go and create your Maven project first. In the next screen only, you select the first option. That checkbox you might have missed to select. I told you, right? When you create your Maven project, in the first wizard window, you have to select the first checkbox. And say next, you will get the option to give your group ID, artifact ID.
Okay.
About others? Is it done?
Yeah, it's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, done.
Okay. Fine. So now, what we will do, we will start off. I'll share my screen. Second. Okay. So hope you can able to see my screen. So next, what we will do, we understood how to create a simple Java program. And again, see, I'm not going to get into the core basics and cover the complete core Java because that is not required. What we will do, we will see certain things which are really useful. The very first thing what we are going to talk about here is a OOPS concept called inheritance. Have you heard about what is inheritance? Anybody? What is inheritance in Java? Any idea?
Parent and child class concept.
Very good. So we have a parent and child relationship. So how to establish this is what inheritance is going to talk about. Okay, a very simple example of parent and child relationship is a father and a son, right? So similar to that, you can take anything. I will take you a very simple example. What I will do, I will come here. Okay. Now, the main advantage in a Maven project is we will continue using the same Maven project. Okay. So I'm not going to create a new Maven project for every example what we are going to try out. Whatever the Maven project we have created, so that is something that we are going to use to see all our examples. Okay. Now, already we have a package called examples. Inside this, I will create a new class. I will simply right click, say new class. Okay, and the name of my class. So what I will do is I will give a name called let's say LAN phone. Okay, so LAN phone, you know, like in our home we always used to have the LAN phone in our olden days. Before we had this mobile phones, we generally have LAN phones, right? Every home will have a dedicated LAN phone with a unique number. So people, if they want to reach out to us, they will dial that number. Okay, so I'm just talking about such a LAN phone, and I'm going to create few functionalities for this LAN phone. I'm just creating a simple class without main. So I don't want to check this main checkbox. I will create an empty class. You see now, say finish. It will now create an empty class for me. 1 second. Right. You see now, this is my LAN phone class. So inside this LAN phone, I can have methods. Okay. So this is a class. Inside this class, I can have my own methods. So what and all a LAN phone is capable of doing, I can create that as methods. So if you want to create any method, I can simply say public void. I can give a method name. So this is call. Call is a method which is mainly used in a LAN phone. A LAN phone is mainly used to make a call. I will have the logic here, how to perform a call. So as of now, what I will do, I will have a simple print statement. I will say a print statement, and I will say here, this is a phone call. That's it. Okay. So similar to that, what and all you can do with a LAN phone, I can create methods like this. Okay. So what else I can able to do in a LAN phone? I can make a call. Then what else I can do? There is also something called voicemail. If you could remember, if I want to call someone and if the other person is not ready to pick up the call, there is a feature called as voicemail. So what I can do, I can record my voice so that the other person, when he picks up the receiver, he can able to understand, right? So that is also one more feature in a LAN phone. I can simply create one more method now, public void. I will say voice call, and I will have a print statement here also. I will simply say phone voice call, something like this. I'll keep. That's it. I will save this class. See, now I'm not able to run this because I don't have a main. Only if you have main, you can able to run that file independently. Okay, later we will see how to execute this, but as of now, I have created one class called LAN phone, and inside this, I have few methods. Is this clear?
Yes.
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 Right. See, I'm just going with very simple statements. I'm not writing any complicated code. See, our main objective here is to understand the concept. That's it. Now what I will do, I will create one more class. Go to the same examples package, right click, say new class. I'm going to create one more class. So this is my mobile class. I will say mobile, and Here also, I don't want to enable my main. I will simply say finish, or I will say mobile phone. I will give a meaningful name, mobile phone, and say finish. That's it. This will also create now a new class. Just wait for the class to come. It is still building the project. Okay. Now I got mobile phone. Now, one thing you tell me, do you see any relationship between land phone and mobile phone? Any relationship?
Yeah, both have same
Phone is
functionalities.
the relationship.
Yeah.
Factor.
Land phone is a kind of parent, if you see. See, mobile phone came into existence relating our land phone, right? See, earlier we used to have land phone. Then we got mobile phone. So why we got mobile phone? Because mobile phone had a lot of options, the kind of portability. Land phone has portability issues. You cannot carry land phone everywhere, wherever you go. So mobile phone came into existence where you can keep it in your pocket and wherever you want you go, the network will follow you. Right? We had a lot of advertisements and it was very nice when mobile phone got launched. So people were so happy. So they were so excited to carry that mobile phone everywhere. Right? And the basic mobile phone which we got initially, that is also mainly used for calling. Right? So mobile phone came based on land phone. So I would say mobile phone inherits the properties of land phone. See, here is where inheritance comes into picture. See, if you want to relate this mobile phone, see how you can relate here is, I can simply use one keyword called extends. This is inheritance concept. Mobile phone extends land phone. I can say like this. Okay, this is not an independent class. If you want to have the inheritance concept, then you need to use this keyword called extends land phone. Right. Now, what and all you can do with mobile phone? You can write the capabilities here. Same way, I will write few methods. Mobile void call. See, in mobile phone also we can make a call, right? Okay. So here also what I will do, I will say system.out.println. I will say this is mobile call. See, because the way like how we call in a land phone and how we call in a mobile phone, both are different. So this has a separate logic. Okay, fine. Then what else we can do in a mobile phone? Mobile phone, we can do a lot of things, right? Not like land phone. So I will have my unique capabilities here. Let's say public void WhatsApp, right? WhatsApp, I can able to do in a mobile phone. So I will have one print statement, the functionality. And I will say here, this is mobile WhatsApp. That's it. Like this, I can have any methods, whatever I want, but I will restrict just with two methods. That's it. So now I have a parent class, I have a child class. Both the classes has its own methods. Now I need to execute everything, right? So how to execute? So for that, what I will do, I will create one more class. Say new, say class. One more class. And I will give a meaningful name, something like test phone. I'm going to test it. And this should have main because execution should always start from main. So I will create a class with main method. Right. That's it. Now, what I need to do? I need to
Call both the classes.
yeah, I need to refer these two classes. Say, for example, if I want to call or if I want to run the method which is in my land phone, how do I do it? Because the method what I want to execute is in my land phone. Say, for example, if I go to land phone, in my land phone, there are two methods. See, I want to call this call method or I want to call this voice call method. How do I call it? Directly, can I able to call it from my test phone class? No, this is not possible. So if I want to call this method, what I need to do is I need to create an object. I need to create an object for this class. Right. So how do I create an object? If you want to create an object, this is how you can create an object. You need to say, excuse me, LAN phone. Let's say L equal to new. New is the keyword. New LAN phone. This is how you can create an object. Okay. LAN phone, any variable you can use. This is the reference variable, new LAN phone. This is how you can create an object in Java. Now what I can do, I can use this reference variable L dot call. L dot call. So this, what this will do, this will call the method which is there in LAN phone. That's it. So now if I save this and simply if I run this, you can now be able to see it will call the call method which is there in LAN phone class. You see now? And I will get that print statement displayed in my console. You see now, phone call is getting executed. That's it. So similarly, if I want to call the next method, that is my voice call, whatever the name, voice call. So if I want to execute this method, what I can do? I can simply come to my test phone class and I can simply say L dot voice call. That's it. Now if I run this, fine. Same way, if I want to execute the methods which is in my mobile phone, what I need to do? Same way, I need to create one more object for this class. I will say mobile phone. So please be very careful. Whatever name you have used, you have to use exactly the same thing. Okay, because Java is case sensitive. It is very, very important. You have to use exactly the same name. If you use small letter, it will not work. Because I have used capital letter here, you have to use the same name. Mobile phone, let me say M equal to new mobile phone. This is the syntax. Mobile phone. Then I will simply say M dot call. So what this will do now? This will call the mobile call method. Even though I have the same methods, I can able to call because I'm using this reference object. So it will directly point to my mobile phone class. So it will invoke this call method. So same way, I can also call M dot WhatsApp. This method. That's it. Let me save. Let me run all this together now. You see now? It is getting executed. Is this clear?
Yeah, yes.
Yes.
Right. So if I want to explain this practically, so what we have done is, okay, so I have opened one whiteboard. If you see here, I have created an object. See, when I say creating an object, object is nothing but a memory location. So this is an object. Let's assume that in my system memory, it will create a memory location. This is what we call as an object. So now I have created two objects. Okay, two objects I have created. And now if I come to my code, I'll tell you, this is one object. See, when you see, look at this statement, which is the object. See, this statement, generally, everyone who knows Java, they know this statement is used to create an object. But out of this, which is the object? Many people always assume that this L is the object or this M is the object. It is wrong. This is not the object. This is the object. New land phone is the object, and similarly, new mobile phone is the object. Right? L is a reference variable which points this object. So that means if I want to practically see, this is a memory location which is pointed by a reference variable L. Okay, this is L. And similarly, this is a memory location which is pointed by a memory location called M. This is clear. Okay, so now inside this, I have all the methods. I have a method called call. And similarly, here I have a method called, what is that? Voicemail. Here I have a method called voicemail. Right. And similarly, here I have a call method. Here also I have a call method. And here we have something like WhatsApp. Right. So now if I simply say L dot call, what is happening? It will call this call method. Okay. So same way, if I say M dot call, what this will do? This will invoke this call method. So this is what is happening internally in my memory. This is what I have created here. Please try to understand the concept. It is not just we are printing something. That is something important in Java. Is this clear?
Yes. Can we do this?
Sorry?
Can we do this now?
Yes. I'll give you time. Okay. So there is one more concept which I want to tell you. Okay. Now you see, you tell me whether this is correct. I will say land phone, let's say L1 equal to new mobile phone. What do you think? This statement is correct. Suppose if this is correct, and if I say L1 dot call, what this will call?
It will take call method from mobile phone.
Very good. Okay, but can you tell me what is happening? What you said is correct.
Creating
What is
object.
this statement? Statement number 15. Land phone L1 equal to new mobile phone.
Child class formation.
See, as I told you already, new mobile phone is nothing but this memory location. This is the object. This is nothing but new mobile phone. Correct. Now, this is my land phone. This is my parent. If you see, this is my parent, this is my child. This is what the relationship we have. So I'm just creating one reference variable called L1 for my parent, and I am making it point to my child location. This is what I'm doing. If you look at here, I'm just creating a reference variable for land phone, and I am making it point to my mobile phone location, this object. See, this is possible if I have a relationship between a parent and a child. So now if I simply say L1.call, L1 is pointing this memory location. So what this will do? This will invoke this call method. So automatically my mobile call will get invoked. Okay, now if I run this, you see now, this will invoke my mobile call. Let me run this. Can you see? Okay. So now I can able to understand either you can call a child class method directly by creating an object for that class. That is what we have done here. This one. Or what you can also do, you can reference from your parent. You can create a reference variable of your parent and you can make that point to your child object. And from that reference also, you can invoke the child method. This will also work. Is this clear what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay. So try all this. I'll give you 20 minutes for this activity. This is something which is very, very important for our future sessions, what we are going to see from tomorrow. So you need to understand what is inheritance. So you start from the beginning. So you first create a parent class like this. I'll again refresh what I have done. You can give any name. You can take the same example also. You create a parent class like this, have few methods. Then you create a child class like this. How you have to relate it, you have to use this keyword, extends your parent class name. Then you have your methods. Then to execute, you have a separate dedicated class with the main method. There you create the object for it and try to invoke all this. And finally, what you do, using your parent class, you try to invoke the child class method. Right? Can you do all this?
Yeah, we will try.
Yeah.
So once you complete, just type done in the chat box.
Sure.
Sure. Hey guys, any doubts? You able to do it?
Yeah, it's done.
How about others? Shall we move on? Or you guys need some more time to complete? Please let me know. The next concept is again something which is very, very important. It is all about interface.
I have some doubt. I'm
Yeah,
giving it, but I'm getting error. Shall I
yeah,
share my screen?
sure.
Why I'm getting the error here?
1 second. What you have done? Dot call mobile phone test phone. LAN phone. Okay, could you just show me your LAN phone first? Let me check your LAN phone. Okay, there are two methods here. Okay, go to mobile phone. Huh. See, what you have done, public class, mobile phone class, there is some confusion here. So public
Okay.
class, mobile phone extends LAN phone, right?
Okay.
Right. So you delete all that class. You put that there and you delete this now. Okay. Now save it. What is this mobile phone? Public mobile phone extends LAN phone. See, mobile phone is the child. LAN phone. Okay. That's it. Now you remove one parenthesis, extra parenthesis, save it. Done. Now you see all the errors have gone.
Yeah.
Okay. Now run this. Yeah. Check the output, whether it is working correctly. That's it. So always your child class should extend your parent class. Okay. Parent should not extend child. Child should extend the parent class. Got it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Gopala.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? Anybody? Okay. So if not, we will move on. Okay, I'll just share my screen. So is my screen visible?
Yes.
Great. Okay, now what we will do, so we will move on to a new concept. So this we saw now how to work with inheritance, parent and child relationship. Now we are going to see one more very, very important concept, that is interface. Interface. Okay. So what is this interface? We will see now. I will show you with a demo. What I will do, I will come here, come to my class. I will create. So in the same package, what we will do, we will create one interface. Okay. Now to create an interface, simply right click your package, like how you create a class. Okay. If I go to new, you see now, I can able to see class and interface. Both are parallel to each other. Can you see now? So that means either I can create a class or I can create an interface. I cannot create both. Okay. Now, instead of creating a class, what I'll do, I will create this interface. I will simply click interface. Now it is asking me to give a name for our interface. What I will do is I will give a name. This time, what I will do, I will take altogether a different example. We will take an example of a hospital. Okay, I will simply say hospital. Hospital. This is the name of my interface. And simply say, make the scope as public. That means I can able to access it anywhere. Public, and say finish. This will create a new interface called hospital. You see now, this is my interface. Public interface hospital. This is what I can able to see. Now, if you compare with a class, the only change what I can see here is the name here. Instead of class, I can see something called as interface. In class, what you can do, you can create methods. Okay. Let us see whether here also we can able to create methods. So now if you take hospital, what are the methods that are there? If you want to create a hospital, can you tell me what are the methods that we can have?
Departments.
Whatever we can do in a hospital. Let's say I create one method, public, void, consult, or consultation, anything. I will have one method. Now,
Admission.
I will simply have one print statement. Let me say sys out. I will say this is, let's say, consultation. Something like this I have. Now, let me save this. I have saved everything, but I can able to note an error here. Can you see now? It gives me a red line in this method. But if I look at overall, I don't see any kind of syntax error, nothing. This is how generally in Java we need to create a method. But some problem has occurred and I got an error. And now if I look at the error message, if I just mouse over on top of it, it gives me this error. Abstract methods do not specify a body. This is what the error that I'm getting. Let me copy this error and put this in a notepad. Abstract methods do not specify a body. Okay, what is this? Why I'm getting this error? See, here comes the first difference between a class and an interface. In an interface, you can have methods, but you cannot have a body. This is what a method body. See, anything, any logic you create for a method is called as method body. In a class, you can have a method body, but in an interface, you cannot have a method body. You need to have an empty method without a body. Like this. What I will do, I will remove this body completely. And what I'll do, I will simply close this method with a semicolon. This is a method without a body, correct? This is a method without a body. This is in Java called as abstract method. Excuse me. You're getting what I'm saying? So in an interface, you cannot have a normal method like how you have in a class. You can have only abstract methods. An abstract method is a method which should not have a body. That is why when you create a method with a body, you're getting this error. Abstract methods do not specify a body. You're getting this?
Yes,
Yes, no?
Yeah.
Right. Now, what I will do, can I have more than one abstract method? See, now I understood I cannot have method body, but can I have more than one abstract methods? Let's try that. I will create few more methods. Let's say public void. I will say this is scan. A hospital will have scanning facility, right? Now you see, the moment I put a semicolon, it becomes an abstract method. So that error is going off. Okay. Now let me create one more abstract method like this, public void. Let's say X-ray. Fine. That's it. Right. So I have 3 methods. Let me save this. Okay. Now what is the use of having this? See, this interface has only abstract methods. So where do I use this? I don't have a method body, so I may not able to create a main method and call this. Nothing is possible. Then what is the concept behind this interface? Okay. I'll tell you a small story. Let us go back to some 50, 60 years before, where there is no dedicated hospital available in India. So if you go before 50 years, so how they treated patients? See, in every village, there will be a dedicated person. So who may not be educated, so he may not be a proper doctor who have completed MBBS or MD. So he may be a local person. So generally anything happens for anyone in that village, what they will do? They will go to that person and he will give some medicines. And this is how in olden days, they treat patients. There were no dedicated hospitals. Nobody knows what is a hospital at all. Let's go back to that era. Okay. And let's assume that our government have decided to construct a hospital in our village. But nobody has any idea how a hospital will look like because we don't have any idea. And even the government doesn't have any idea how to construct a hospital, what and all facilities we need to have inside the hospital. Nobody knows. So this interface will act like a blueprint, will act like a guideline, which tells what to have in a hospital. Right. Now, say, for example, if I'm going to build a hospital in accordance with this interface, now I can able to understand, okay, I need to have a consulting facility. I need to have a scanning facility. I need to have a X-ray facility. Then only I can able to call that as a hospital. This is what I'm getting as a guideline from this interface. So if I want to use this interface, what I will do, I'm going to create a new class. You see now, I will go to the same package, create a new class. And let me name this class with my name. Let me say government hospital. Government hospital. Right. So here, what I will do, government hospital, what I will do now, I will say finish. I will create first an empty class. Right. Government hospital. Here, we are going to implement this interface. That means I'm going to use this interface as a guideline. See, this is not a parent-child relationship. Please understand. Okay, I'm going to use this as a guideline. So what keyword I have to use here is, I have to use a keyword called implements. Public class government hospital implements the interface called hospital. From this, you can now able to understand a class can implement an interface. Okay, now you see now this class is going to implement the interface. So it is a must now. Now I need to have the method logic for consultation, scan, X-ray. These three are mandatory now, right? Because I'm using this guideline. So what I can do now, I can create a method public void consult with the same name, public void consult, and I can write my logic here. I can simply say, this is how government hospitals will do consultation. So I will simply have the logic government consultation. Same way, I will have three methods. I will just copy this code in the interest of time. I will put it, the methods, and I will change the name. So this is scan, this is X-ray, and this is government way of doing scan. Government scan, and this is government X-ray. You see now all the errors have gone. Is this clear? How to create a class which implements an interface. How to run all this I will show you, but try to understand the concept now. The program is not yet over. You're getting this?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's clear.
Right. Now, my next question is, can one more different class also implement the same interface now? Okay, I understood. One class can implement an interface. Now, can one more different class implements the same interface? Why not? So similar to government hospital, now a private hospital also wants to implement this hospital interface. That is also possible. So what I will do, let me create one more new class. And give a name here. Let me say Fortis Hospital. Let me say Fortis Hospital. Like government hospital, this is a private hospital, a Fortis Hospital. This is also going to implement hospital. Now, what I can do, I can use all these three methods now. This is important. All these three methods, I can add it over here. And I can do my own way of doing consultation. They should not follow how government is doing. Fortis can follow their own way, but consultation is a must. Then only I can able to call that as a hospital. This is Fortis way of doing scanning. This is Fortis way of doing X-ray. Okay. So interface basically provides you a guideline on how to create certain things. If you want to relate with a real example, let's assume that I am a multimillionaire and I want to construct a house or a hotel, anything. Let's assume that way. So let's assume that within city limits, I want to construct a house. So since I have money, can I able to construct a 10-story house or a 20-story house? What do you think? You're getting my question? I have enough money. As I have money, can I able to construct a 20-story building or a 30-story building without any approvals, anything?
No. No.
No,
No.
right? So every city has a building authority. We need to first get their approval, right? So they should approve. They should tell, oh, okay, you are staying in city limits. So in our city, this is the maximum floors that you can construct. So you don't have approval to construct more than, let's say, 15 floors. Right. So the respective building authority will give you a guideline. See, because you don't know. You don't know what is the guideline. So you have only money. So you need to get the approval first. How to construct a residential building? They only should tell. Accordingly, what you will do, you will construct. You will get an approval plan. You will construct according to the guideline. That guideline is what I call as an interface. Tomorrow, if I am going to construct a hospital, what are the features that I should have in a hospital? I should know. Can I have a swimming pool in a hospital? No, that is not required. But consultation is a must. If consultation is there, you can even have a swimming pool. See, that is optional. That is your interest. But swimming pool is not necessary. Consultation is necessary. Scanning is necessary. X-ray is necessary. That is where this interface is going to tell you. So that is why we are implementing this interface. Is it clear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Right. So now in the same way, see, Fortis now wants to show some business tactics, or like they want to attract more customers. So they are thinking of doing some kind of phone consultation. See, they don't want people to directly come there. See, that is also an option there. But you can also do a phone consultation. You can directly consult a doctor and you can do an online booking. You can consult via WhatsApp. There are a lot of hospitals they are doing, right? Can I able to add that methods? Say, for example, I create a new method like public void phone consult. Is this allowed? Which is not part of my interface. See, this phone consult method is not part of my interface. I will simply put one print statement. And I will say Fortis phone consult. See, this is also valid. You see now, there is no error coming. See, this is my own method, which is not part of interface. But these methods are part of the interface. If I skip this method, it will throw an error. Say, for example, let's assume that I skip this method. I say slash star and star slash. This is how you can comment multi lines. Now, the moment you comment this method, can you see there is an error coming? Now, if I go and see this error, it is saying the type Fortis hospital must implement the inherent abstract method hospital.xray. It is telling. See, you are using our guideline, but you are not having the functionality for X-ray. Please go and have it. But this is optional. See, even if you have this or not, it will not throw any error. But this is a must because this is an abstract method which comes from your interface. Is this clear what I'm saying? You're getting this?
Yes.
Yes.
Right. So now what I need to do, I need to know how to run this. So I have created my methods. Now let us create the test class. I will now create a new class and similarly give the name as test hospital. Test hospital and create the main method. Here is where we will start our execution. Right. So test hospital. So what I should do, I need to create the objects for all the classes. So the very first class is government hospital. I will say government hospital. let's say G equal to new government hospital. That's it. Now I can simply say G dot consult, G dot scan, sorry, G dot scan and G dot pixel. That's it. Similarly, what I can do, I can have my Fortis also, Fortis Hospital. Please be very careful on the spelling. Say Fortis Hospital F equal to new Fortis Hospital. F dot insert, F dot scan, F dot X-ray, and F dot phone consult. This is also my independent method, which is not part of my interface. This also you can invoke. This is a normal method. Now if I run this, I will get the complete output. Can you see now? Government consultation, government scan, government X-ray, all the print statements are print. Is this clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So now what we have done. So if I want to diagrammatically explain what actually happens in my memory. So what is happening? Say for example, 1 second. Okay. So now if I see, let's say this is my interface. Okay, so this is my interface, which I name as, let's say, hospital. This is my interface. Okay, and here, this interface will have only abstract methods like consult, same way scan. Similarly, X-ray. These are the abstract methods. So it will have semicolon. This is what we have created. This is interface. Right. Now, what we did, we created two classes. This is one class, which is an implementing class, and this is another class. Okay, please draw this diagram also so that you will understand the concept. So I'll give you time, right? So these two are the implementing classes. So what is this now? This is government hospital. This is Fortis Hospital. Two implementing classes we created. When I say implementing class, the arrow will go like this. Please note. This is a class. The class is going to implement the interface. Interface will not implement the class. Please note. And similarly, this also, the arrow will go from the class. This is interface. Okay. These two are classes. These two are classes. Okay. A class can implement the interface. Suppose if a class is going to implement the interface, the same abstract methods, you need to define the body. So you have to say consult and you need to have the logic for it. You will write the logic here. Same way, scan, you will write the logic here. The method body should be here. This is what we have done. And same way, X-ray. The method body has to be here. Similarly, for Fortis Hospital also, it has its own consult. We will create our logic. Same way, scan. Same way, X-ray. Same way, we have one more method called phone consult, which is not part of my interface. This is what we have done. This is clear what we have done?
Yes.
Right. Now for GH, we have a reference variable G, which will point to this memory location. And similarly for Fortis Hospital, we have created F, which will point to this memory location. Now, if I say f.consult, it will invoke this consult. If I say g.xray, it will invoke this X-ray. This is how this logic is working, whatever we have created. Okay. Now you see, there is one very, very important statement. Hospital. This is nothing but my interface. Hospital H1 equal to new government hospital. What am I doing here? Hospital is the name of my interface. H1 is just a reference variable. I can create a reference variable for an interface. So what actually I'm doing? I'm creating a reference variable for this hospital. That is H1. This is what I'm doing. And I'm making this point to this object. This is what I'm doing. So the arrow comes from here to here. You see this concept, what I'm doing. This concept is called as upcasting in Java. See, many books will talk about all these concepts. You go to internet, you will find all this, but nowhere they will explain like this with a diagram. This is called upcasting in Java. Upcasting means what? From the top, it will reference the bottom. That means the interface, from the interface, you can refer the implementing class. Now H1 is pointing to this object. Now if I simply say H1.consult, now what will happen? Can you tell me? Which consult will get called?
That government hospital consult.
Government hospital consult will get called because H1 is pointing to government hospital. So using upcasting also, you can invoke this consult method. Either you can directly create an object and call this consult, or using upcasting also, you can call this method. So similarly, using upcasting, can you tell me how to invoke the scan method of Fortis Hospital? Anybody?
Hospital H2 equal to hello.
Yeah, very good. Let me write hospital H2
equal to new Fortis Hospital.
Very good. New Fortis Hospital. That's it. Simple. So I'm creating one more reference variable now. If I see here, I'm creating one more reference variable called H2. See, any number of reference variable you can create. Now I'm making this point to this memory location now. Right. Now, if I simply say h2.scan, this will call for the scan. That's it. Simple. Okay. There are two ways how you can invoke the method, either by creating object directly or by using upcasting method. Why these two methods are there? What is the advantage of using upcasting? All that I will slowly relate in Selenium. See, there is a reason why today we have completely deep dive into Java. See, nowhere we talked about what is Selenium. Initially, we had for the first half an hour, I discussed about what is Selenium. But after that, why I moved into Java is typically you need to have that flavor of Java, because from tomorrow, we will start working with this Eclipse interface. We will start creating our test cases in interface. We will start creating Selenium scripts associated with Java. So you will get that comfort to work with Java. And moreover, I will also link with all the concepts, OOPS concept, whatever we have seen today. So these two concepts are very, very important. Especially this interface concept is related with Selenium. Where it is related in Selenium, I will tell you when we talk about Selenium tomorrow. Right. So now let me save this and run as the last step and see what is happening. Can you see now? Government consultation and Fortis scan. So these two are coming using upcasting. Is this clear?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Try out all this. So we have another 10 more minutes. So please try all this. And for you to understand, I would recommend you draw this diagram. So tomorrow, if you look back the same example, you will get to know, oh, this is what is happening inside my memory. This is how the memory is getting created. Right. So you have this also drawn somewhere in your notepad or wherever, like in your Paint, or you can take an online whiteboard, or even you have Microsoft Whiteboard with you. You can take there and you can draw it. Okay. So with this, what we will do, we will stop for today. Tomorrow, we will start off with something called testing framework, which we will completely move into testing. So from tomorrow, it will be more of interesting concepts. Till today, today it is something kind of informative where you need to understand and brush up quite a few Java concepts. And today, it was completely into a developer mode, right? We were just getting into how Java works, how to create package, class, objects, all that. But from tomorrow, we will move into testing, right? How it is Eclipse, we will automatically transform into something like testing. We will start creating test cases. So all that will be much more interesting. You can able to relate with your manual testing experience, what you have seen in this last 4 or 5 years. Right. So with this, we will close for today. So before we close for today, any comments from you? So how is the class going? Whether you can able to follow it? So any comments, any feedback from today?
Yeah. Hi.
Yes, please.
It is very useful for us. It is very, how to say, it is, you are going very slow and we are learning each and every line. How to say it?
Hey, thanks, Kalpana. I
It
can
is
able.
easy to understand all the steps.
Okay, okay. Yeah. So that is something which is very important. As I told you, you can able to learn. I can tell you, oh, hey, these
Yeah.
are all the concepts. Like before our next session, you just go through some tutorials, some YouTube videos and come. But again, like nowhere they will explain in the way like how we want to take things. That is why I'm just taking up very simple examples which anybody can understand. We don't want to be a computer professional to understand this hospital concepts and like mobile phone concepts. That is why I'm just taking very simple examples like that and concentrating on the concepts. Right. And practice is also something which is very, very important. So please don't take this session just like only watching and trying to understand, because it may be quite easy and like all the examples will go pretty easy, like how I am showing today. But again, when you want to do it later, you don't know from where to start. Right. So Then and there, I will give you time. Please practice that. So that is also something very, very important in this automation learning, especially. So as like driving car only. If you see how the other person is driving, we may not able to learn. So we can able to understand, okay, so like accelerator is used for this, brake is used for this. But unless or until we apply, we may not get that confidence in driving. The same thing holds good for test automation as well. We need to practice. Then only we will get that confidence. If in case you have any system issues, if you have any downloading restrictions, please ensure that you don't have that anything tomorrow, because tomorrow for Selenium, we will download lot many things from internet. Since this is open source, we will straight away go and download everything from internet only. I will tell you from where you need to download. I will also show you a demo. I will give you time. You need to download. Please ensure that you don't have any restrictions also. Right? Yeah. So anything else? Thanks. Thank you so much, Kalpana. Anybody else want to share something? Anamika, Anjana, Meenu. Anybody? Gokul.
Yeah, hi. Like Kalpana said earlier, like it's easy and doing this hands-on parallelly, it also helps in remembering later also.
Yep.
That
Yep.
was, yeah, that was like I didn't attend any training like that earlier. That was like you try this later, then we can discuss.
No, I don't do that because this is something important. Unless or until you get to know the concepts, the next concept will be quite difficult. See, unless or until you know how to create a class and an object, it is very difficult for me to teach interface or like inheritance, right? So
Yeah.
that is something. So each and every concept, what we are going to see, even like tomorrow, what we are going to see is related with each other. Unless or until you get that confidence, it is very difficult for me to move on. See, I can talk and I can close my sessions and go, but I don't do that. Yeah. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Anamika, for
Yeah.
calling that.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Sorry, Ravi, just one quick question. Do
Hey,
we
hi.
need
Gokul, I can't
softwares
hear you. Your
tomorrow
voice
or
started
in the,
breaking. Can you just type?
is okay,
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. Mm. Yes, Gokul. So there are a lot of things that we need to download. It is not about the software. There are some components which we need to download, Gokul, like TestNG is there, Selenium dependencies is there. So all that is there. So that I will tell you. See, because like if I tell you everything today itself, you will get confused why we have downloaded all this, when we will use all this. So then and there, when we are going to talk about that concept, I will tell you what is the prerequisites, what is needed. We will download that.
Sorry, because we were working from office from the next 3 days, so we won't be able to carry the personal laptop. So if there are any restricted item, I don't think we'll be able to.
There is no restricted items actually. So there are some things that you need to download from internet.
Okay.
Okay, so it is not something like unofficial, or it is not something like which will create a security violation for you. So maybe like you can talk to your lead and just get a exception so that we can able to download it. Okay. Just from internet, we need to download the relevant jar files. That's it. See, as I told you already, Selenium is not a setup. It is not something kind of installation. So if that is the case, I would have shared you the installation setup itself.
Okay, we'll check that internally.
Yeah, we will see. We will see. No issues.
Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah, anybody else? Okay. Fine then. So I feel it's all good and I feel happy. So you guys are also listening and I can able to get responses from you guys, and so more interaction is actually required. So people who are staying silent, I assume that you understood things and you are practicing silently. If in case you have any questions or any concerns, please reach out to me. So you can reach out to me over chat, and like anytime if you have any questions, any problems, please stop me then and there. I will explain. So you don't want to wait till the session completes, or you can talk to me. Right. So with this, we will close for today. Again, tomorrow we will connect at morning 9 o'clock and see something different and interesting. Yeah. Thanks a lot, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Thank you.